video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Chiefs Kingdom ACU crew, welcome back to All Chiefed Up. We're back with another live podcast for that ass. Steve is on his way. He'll be here in a few minutes. He's always running behind. That's what he does. This dude will show up late to his own funeral. This dude will show up late to a late convention. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what he does. Thanks for being with me tonight. Hit that like button. We're going to talk about the Chiefs. We're going to talk about the Chargers. We got some crazy news out of LA just announced today. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for you guys because I'm sure you've all seen it by now, but it's pretty wild in my opinion. Ian Rappaport reports that the Chargers' Justin Herbert is expected to start versus the Chiefs, barring a pregame setback with his high ankle sprain, per me, Tom Pelissero, and Mike Garafolo. The Chargers will be shorthanded with several big names out, but Herbert likely plays if all goes well. If you ask me, that is flat-out desperation by the Chargers. It is flat-out desperation in Week 4. This is Jim Harbaugh, I don't know which one it is. One of the hard balls. I cannot keep up with them because that's how much I care, okay? But one of those hard balls over there, it's a mess. Like, they are literally putting their entire franchise, like they just paid this dude an ungodly, obscene amount of money last year, and then he's hobbling around on a boot. Their own fans don't even want this cat to play. They're like, will you please just take a week off, take a couple weeks off, get him healthy. Rashawn Slater is not going to play. Alt is not going to play. This dude is playing with a hobbled offensive line. He is going to get flat out massacred tomorrow by Chris Jones. It is going to be a bloodbath there. In my opinion, I don't think anybody would probably disagree with that. The Chiefs are going to destroy this poor guy tomorrow. He is immobile. He's not going to be quick on his feet. He's going to be dead in the pocket, and they can't block for him. It's as simple as that. They cannot block for him. And if Spags was to be the diabolical madman that he is, and he goes and he pulls off some ginormous blitzes and this and that and everything else, it is going to get bad quick, in my opinion. It's going to get bad quick. That's what I happen to think, but we'll talk about that more in a minute. Right now, wanted to say shout out to our sponsor, BetUS, for powering this tailgate we have going. Head on over there to betus.com, sign up using code YouTube150. You'll get a 150% deposit bonus match up to $2,000 on your first deposit, and then $125 on your second and your third. You can see right here, I put a little bit of money on the under 40 total game right now. Wasn't very popular. It was 10 to win $9. But with the Chiefs, you just can't win any money. You can't win any money with the Chiefs, ladies and gents. You just can't do it. They're always the favorite. You have to beat all odds to do it. But I went ahead and picked under 40. Why? Because I think the Chargers are going to struggle scoring points tomorrow. And we'll get into our predictions. We'll get into our scores and everything else. But again, shout out BetUS, betus.com. Use code YouTube150. Get all that. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you. And yeah, I'm just going to get to the comments here in just a second. And we'll talk about this game a little bit. But it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed. They've decided they're going to roll out Justin Herbert, okay? I don't know why you would do that. If I were the Chargers, it was my team, and I thought I was good for 3 years, I don't want Herbert to get his career ruined, okay? I'm not doing it. In a Week 4 matchup, that means absolutely nothing. You could let this guy rest 2, 3, 4 weeks and still be second place in the division fighting for a wild card. It's that simple. It's that simple. And it's just where everyone's Super Bowl, where everybody's this and that and everything else. It's just one of those things, man. It really is. It's just one of those things where I just don't understand it. I'm with Ian here. The Chargers are just plain stupid. To me, it's the most idiotic thing I've ever witnessed. I don't know why anybody would choose to do what they're doing right now. To me, it makes no sense. I don't think it has any benefit. I just wouldn't do it. To me, I think it's idiotic, and I just wouldn't do it. But that's on the Chargers. If they want to be stupid, they can do it. But yeah, Blair, what's up, Blair? Blair says Chris Jones might have a sack fest. You're right, Blair. They may have a sack fest, okay? And Chris Jones is one to have a sack fest. He's got a big old sack, by the way, okay? He's going to put it on him. He's going to put it on him. That's what I think about it. Every Trav Copy says, when is Haley Lewis coming back on? I don't know. We spoke to Haley just a little while ago. She's busy. She does stuff. I don't know. She got hired over at KC Sports Network. They threw the bag at her. She should give a little credit to All Chiefed Up, man. we got the bag thrown at her. That's how you do it. Shout out. No, she does a lot of work. She's awesome. I don't know when she'll be back. I have no idea. Ian says, I'm excited to see Kareem Hunt play tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's a big one. I think Kareem Hunt getting to get out there and get it going tomorrow. Excited to see how many carries he gets, how many looks he gets in the short passing game maybe. Last time he was here, he wasn't just using a short passing game. This dude was used all the way down the field. I remember him breaking off like a 60, 50, 40 yard, I don't know, something really long versus the Patriots that year. He gets out, he gets it done. I'm curious to see what happens. I think he's still got a lot left. The players have said that this week. They said he looked like a spark plug in practice. He looks like his legs are there and everything's good. It is what it is. We'll see how he goes. I think he'll be fine. I think he gets maybe somewhere between 6 to 10 carries, and I still think they'll give Carson Steele a healthy workload of maybe 10 to 15. That's what I think. I think Carson Steele may actually out-snap him tomorrow just till he gets back into game shape. But it's one of those things. Celtic DW says, I really hope Herbert doesn't mess up that ankle. It could, man. If I was Herbert, I would go out tomorrow during pregame and I would be like, look, there's no point in me coming out here and playing this one. It's stupid. But, he could be just – he's a competitor and he probably wants to win. He probably wants to beat the Chiefs. He's not done well versus AFC West. He's not done well versus the Chiefs in the AFC West specifically. But, yeah, you're right, D1. They're risking the future for one game. That's what they're doing, in my opinion. They're going to tell you something totally different. I think they're risking it. I've actually got the entire injury report. I'll bring it up for you guys. You can see it right here. So here's what the Chargers are dealing with. Joe Alt has now been downgraded to questionable. They don't think he's going to play. Joey Bosa's completely out. Junior Colson, the rookie linebacker out of Michigan, heck of a linebacker, he is out. Darius Davis has been downgraded to questionable. He didn't practice Thursday or Friday. To be honest, I think he's trending towards not playing. Christian Fulton, the corner, questionable. I don't know if he'll go either, but he has a shot. Justin Herbert, they're saying he's going to start. They're saying he's starting even though he's listed as questionable. This could still be a game-time decision. You never know. Hayden Hurst, who cares if Hayden Hurst plays? Does it really matter if he plays? If he's playing with a backup third-string quarterback, who cares? Leonard, the DB, questionable. Khalil Mack actually got a few practices in. I think he'll be ready to go. I don't think there's going to be anything there. Ogbanya, the defensive lineman, he should be ready to go. I think Josh Palmer's going to play. Trey Pipkins, the tackle, to me, he got a full practice in on Friday. I think he's good to go. I think he'll play, but Rashawn Slater's gone. Stone Smart out. And Jasir Taylor has a chance to go. But if you see that, Jasir Taylor and Christian Fulton both at the corner position. And then Leonard. How's he pronounce his name? Is it Dean? I think it's Dean. Okay. So Dean Leonard, he's questionable as well. I think one of them give it a go, maybe two of them. I would be surprised if all three of them can get out there. I think they'll pick the best two and roll with it. But Mahomes ought to get back into the swing of things tomorrow, in my opinion. For the Chiefs, Nick Bolton, he practiced in full all week long, even though he had that back injury. He's going to play. Chamari Connor with the heel injury. He snuck himself onto the injury report, but I think he's good to go. The Chiefs did announce yesterday that Mike Dana's going to be out, which that's positive news for Justin Herbert, because we all know Justin Herbert, Mike Dana, that's the only game he'll go get somebody. So Dana would have probably destroyed his career. So it's a good thing he's out. Noddy, Rashee Rice, Jalen Watson, all going to be able to play tomorrow. So I think it's looking good for the Chiefs injury-wise. To be honest, the Chargers are decimated. They're completely decimated across the board. In my opinion, you chalk this up as, hey, we're playing the back-to-back champs. We're playing Patrick Mahomes. We're playing Kelsey in a week that the boiling point of Kelsey mania of, is he a bust? Is he paying attention? Is he doing this? It's sneaking its way into press conferences. It's sneaking its way into New Heights episodes. It's sneaking its way into Andy Reid having to answer questions about this. It's being talked about everywhere. Is Kelsey washed? Is Kelsey a distraction? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? I think this week they're going to make sure he gets the ball. I think Patrick's going to do him a solid. He's going to make sure he gets the ball, and it wouldn't surprise me if Kelsey don't match his season numbers tomorrow alone. Okay, I think he'll have 8 catches tomorrow possibly for the amount of yardage, and he's probably going to get in the end zone too. He may get in the end zone twice. That's what he usually does versus the Chargers, and that's with Derwin James. And Derwin James isn't even going to be playing because he's suspended. By the way, he took that bribe, so he wouldn't appeal it and he couldn't get back. That's what we were saying. The amount of people that can't figure out sarcasm cracks me up. It is. We've got to, in 2024, I didn't know sarcasm would be lost on people. I think what it is, people just want to go online and they just want to argue. So they look for a reason to argue, and so they don't even look for sarcasm and jokes and fun. They just want to go argue. So we appease them. It's fun to do that. But yeah, let's get to some of your guys' questions and comments, shall we? Let me see. Where can I start here? I'm so far behind already. This is what happens. I don't know what in the world Steve's doing. Not on here helping me. That's for sure. Okay, let's go. Gary with a question here. He says, Mike, I was in Chargers chat today. They're a bunch of crybabies. Dude, to be honest, look, I know all about the Chargers. My uncle is a Chargers fan. My name Uncle Jerry. Shout out Uncle Jay. He's a Chargers fan. I don't know why he's a Chargers fan. Makes no sense. I don't know. He's always liked them, though. He liked them all the way back when he was younger. He's probably like in his 50s now. So he liked them through the Phillip Rivers. I don't know why you'd ever want to like the Chargers. They're just a trash franchise. They never win. They're horrible. Even Phillip Rivers was nothing but the biggest crybaby. What's his nickname? Crimea Rivers? I use that as my fantasy football team name like every freaking year. Okay, just him looking like Justin Timberlake with the name Crimea Rivers. That's what I would roll with, and I would always win with that one. That was good luck. I'd roll it out every few years. But yeah, Peter says, shout out to your uncle for liking the Chargers. Dude, as soon as I see him at every family gathering, I'm like, so, too bad to be a Charger fan, huh? Sometimes it wasn't easy to always talk trash, but here over the past few years, it's been fun. I mean, you can always talk trash against him and the Chargers, but as a whole, it's been fun to talk trash as a Chiefs fan. It's one of those things. Ray, what's going on, brother? He says, wow, that's your opinion, I guess, but I have seen GK. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was talking to me. Okay. Well, he's in here talking amongst yourselves, and I like it. It's what we're doing here, building the community. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 50K. Hit that like button. I'll give away some posters tonight. We can get the like. I'll give the first one away at let's give the first one away at 100 tonight. Let's not go crazy with it tonight. Let's go 100. So we're at 77. I'll pick somebody and give away a poster at 100, and then we'll just do every 100 on the 100. We'll give away a poster, so 100, 200, 300, how much ever you guys want to do. Dylan says, what do y'all think Worthy will do tomorrow? I think Worthy will have a pretty good day. I don't know if he's going to have like a game-changing, like Rashee Rice kind of performance we've seen. The Chargers play the most zone of any team we have seen so far. Now, I will say that the Falcons played a lot of zone too, and you've seen Rashee Rice eat. So I think that could be a repeat performance. It depends. They have a lot of their DBs, Fulton and some of those guys are still questionable to roll tomorrow. So we'll see. No pass rush probably. I mean, Khalil Mack, he's going to play. But not having Bosa on that side probably hurts him a little bit. I think he'll do okay. I'll put him at like 50 yards receiving and maybe a touchdown. Maybe. He could have maybe a blown coverage, something like that, get behind a defense, could get in there. Maybe even a gimmicky little play. I like what Andy's trying to do. He's trying to get the ball into his speedster's hands down there. He's kind of using them like the way they would use Mecole Hardman in years past. He's trying to use them the way they use Tyreek Hill a little bit. So I'm fine with it. I think he'll have a decent day. Jay said he got it in the mail. Yeah, I should have everything mailed out. Anybody that's won something's got it. Michael Hamilton, the one that won the Justin Ross, I'll get it right in a second, Justin Ross jersey, that one went out the other day. So everything's good, man. Iceberg, yes, they do plan on playing them. That's what they're saying. Let me see. Yeah, I do believe Rice is going to eat for real. Wolfgang, what's up, Wolfgang? He says, will Rashee Rice have a great game with his ankle? Yeah, I think Rashee Rice is going to be fine. I think he's completely fine. I don't know if this is a game where we get completely over the hump. A lot of people's thinking this is going to be a get-right game across the board. I feel like we have a lot more to get right than it feels like from an outside perspective. So a lot of people just think, well, if Kelce gets right, the whole offense gets right. If they can shore up the left tackle position, then everything goes well. I think there's a lot of moving pieces there. And I believe Kelce could get right tomorrow, and Kelce could have a big day, and our offense still struggle in the red zone, because that's another one. We're struggling in the red zone, and some of that's play calling. Some of that is our linemen are not blocking well once they get in the red zone. A lot of it, there's just several things across the board. So I think there's things to clean up. I really do. But I will say that I think Kelce gets right tomorrow. I think Kelce has a good day tomorrow. Now, if Kelce has a good day, does that mean Rice is going to have a good day and Worthy's going to have a good day and everybody? It should. This is what they've been saying, that Worthy, the deep ball, opening it up, it's going to help Rice, it's going to help Kelce. And so far, I think Worthy has helped Rice a little bit. Kelce, not so much, but I do think it's going to get right. But I don't think there's going to be many days where Kelce and Rice are going to have 10 catches apiece and go over 100 yards. That's crazy. So I don't know if the Chiefs actually get, to crazy amounts of scoring points tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to get to 30 or 40. I think they're going to be somewhere right around that same mid-20s, okay? If they do one better and get one touchdown better, they're somewhere around 30 to 33, somewhere in that range. And I'm debating still putting them between the 25 and the 30 mark. That feels right. I still don't think Andy's going to go out there with any kind of killer intensity and put a team away. I don't see that happening. Now, what could do that is some defensive scoring. We've seen our defense create a few turnovers. Chamari Connor's done a good job of that. We've seen this. And so if our defense can put some points on the board for us, or our defense can give us short fields and the Chiefs will convert the short fields, it wouldn't surprise me if the Chiefs do break the 30 mark and get somewhere between 30 and 40. And a lot of people are saying if we don't actually blow this team out, like, they're going to start getting worried. And I will say it will be a little concerning. If the Chiefs if this comes down to a nail biter, if this comes down to a one-score game, God forbid, if this comes down to a game where Justin Herbert's got the ball with 3-4 minutes left and they've got a chance to score and possibly win the game or something like that, that's a monumental failure across the board for the Chiefs, in my opinion. I don't think the Chiefs in any way this week can go in and sleepwalk through this one. I really don't. I don't think you can sleepwalk through it because, again, Hardballs does a pretty good job of having his team ready to play. He did that in Michigan. Okay. I don't know if he's going to have, Connor Stallions out there, finding plays for him, but it's just one of those things. Everybody plays us tough. So do I think it'll be a tough game? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout across the board. I'd love to see it, but I do think it'll be a little closer than we all want. And it's always like that, in my opinion. So I'm still debating on what I want to do with the score. I have to figure it out a little bit before we get to it. But yeah, when Steve gets here, we'll talk about scores and some different things like that. But I'm excited. Falcon 58 says, Mahomes said if teams keep covering Kelce the way they are, that Rice is going to wind up with 2,000 yards. Yes, Rice is benefiting right now from Kelce getting a big-time double, triple team at times, and Xavier Worthy being able to stretch the defense a little bit. He's getting a double. He's getting a double stretch and a double just everything's falling in Rice's lap right now, and this is great. We posted, is Rashee Rice a top 10 wide receiver? Now, when I wrote that, I thought everybody would know that I meant this season. Nobody's calling him a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL for the entirety of his career. He's been in the league for 1 year and 3 games. Okay, I think we all had enough common sense, but common sense isn't very common. So I had to go back and explain that. But for this year, it's hard to say that Rashee Rice has not been a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. He's up there in yardage, he's up there in catches, he's up there in targets, and he's up there in touchdowns. So I do believe, and he's up there in not only that, but if you want to go across the metrics, he's up there with yards per route ran, He's up there. He's not dropping the ball. He's up there on PFF scores. He's up there on every metric you can say. He's top 5 right now. So to say he's not a top 10 wide receiver through 3 weeks in this league, in my opinion, is asinine. I think he is 100%. Let's see. We got Pops in the house. Pops in the house with 5 gifted. Look at that, baby. 5 gifted. I didn't even give him the bomb. I didn't give him the here, let's give it to him. Here we go. Oh, we got the 5 gifted from Pops. If you get one of the 5 gifted, be sure to tell Pops thank you. Throw some ketchups in the chat. I'm curious to see what Pops, drop your score down here so I can throw it up for everybody. We'll see what you're thinking about tomorrow. We'll see what Pops is thinking. Pops doesn't get too wild with the score prediction. He'll keep it, so if Pops decides it's a blowout tomorrow, he could be onto something. We got another 5 bomb from Phil. Phil, our boy Phil, he says, Mahomes mentioned bad footwork. Do you think it will take till bye week to get back on top of it? Mahomes seems to excel when it counts. Yeah, looking across the board, Mahomes has looked kind of just bad when it comes to his fundamentals. Footwork has been okay, so if you want to go back to, let's just go back to the Rashee Rice. I think it was Rashee Rice against Atlanta, and he threw it out, and Rice caught the ball, but he kind of just fell forward, caught the ball, rolled. It was whatever it was. If you look at Mahomes in the pocket, that footwork was horrendous. It was like a jump throw to the side, and it was a clean pocket. He's trusted his arm a little too much right now. It's hard to be super critical of Mahomes. Mahomes is one of the greatest, if not the greatest. We'll talk about that in a minute, because I was doing some wild research this week, and a couple things across the board. I'm one that says Mahomes is maybe one of the best, if not the best right now, when it comes down to games versus games. But I was doing some long-term looks down the road, and it's pretty wild what I was fine. It's not like this is a groundbreaking discovery. Nobody else can figure this out, but just looking at it was crazy. But yeah, I do think Mahomes has some bad footwork right now. I don't think it'll take him that long to fix it. I think it's all in his head. He just has to get back to doing things the easy way. Trusting his pocket, I think, is the number one thing. We've seen that Wanye played 44 snaps and only allowed 2 pressures last week. Well, look, Wanye wasn't really going up against nobody there. Atlanta don't have the greatest pass rush. Judon was coming off off of Jawan Taylor's side for a big chunk of the night, so he wasn't even going against Judon. He was going against Arnold Ebiketie, not the greatest pass rusher in the league. Creed and them were the ones having to struggle with that defensive interior there with Grady Jarrett and them. Those are the guys that collapse the pocket, and they done a great job of not allowing it to collapse up the middle, and that caused Wanye to be able to do that. Not to mention there was a lot of chips for Wanye. There was a lot of tight ends chipping and help blocking. So there was things like that helped him. I'm not going to criticize Wanye. I'm glad he played well, and I hope he continues to play well. I just don't think it's anything to do with Kingsley. It's not saying, hey, he's just so much better than Kingsley. No, I believe they're both in the same boat. He's a little ahead. He's played a full season. But I believe Kingsley really is at the end of the day, Kingsley should be that left tackle starter. I think he's got everything to do it. But they're going to roll with Wanye a little bit until he struggles and see what happens. If there's, God forbid, an injury across the line, they're going to have to do some more reshuffling. So it is what it is, but I appreciate the 5, Phil. Appreciate the 5. Jay's been a member for 14 months. He says, let's freaking go, Chiefs. Appreciate you, Jay. We got Spatium Viator. I hope I said all that right. I hope so. We're just going to call him SV. How about that? He says, Gematria Effect News has proven NFL is scripted. Is it? Come on. Is this really scripted? Does it matter? So if you find out it's scripted, do you watch it? So are you still watching the games? I mean, I guess people still watch WWE. I don't know. I think that's bogus. I'm not buying it. TGZ with a 2 bomb says Kareem and Crocky ground and pound game. ? Let's freaking go. I like it. I do like the idea. And this is kind of what I like about it. When Harbaugh got there, he said that they were going to be a grinded out, punch you in the mouth kind of team. And I think it would be just kind of serendipitous if the Chiefs came out there and just used Kareem Hunt and Crocky J and just grinded it on them all day long, just imposed their will, pushed it down their throat, and beat them at the game that Harbaugh wanted to bring to them. I think that would be hilarious. But I don't think the Chiefs are going to do that. I think the Chiefs are going to come out and they're going to sling it around just like they always do. I think they're going to sling it around. I think they're going to try to have a get-right game for Travis Kelce. I really do. This may be the game with all the defensive injuries, with Derwin James being out. This could be the game we could see Mahomes take 2, 3, 4 deep shots. We could see it finally. We could see maybe Worthy connects on a deep shot, or at least at worst, Mahomes throws to him a few times. You could see him take a shot for Justin Watson tomorrow. You could see him maybe even taking a shot deep. Maybe even McCole Hardman or somebody like that gets in on a play or two and they have something drawn up for them. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me to see them take 3, 4, maybe even 5 deep shots tomorrow. But I do think there is a time to grind it out, ground and pound them. I'd love to see it. I really would. I think the Chiefs, to be honest, I feel like there's a changing of the guard going on in KC just a little bit. The Chiefs' defense seems to be rising to levels that we've not seen since, good grief, we've not seen that through the Hovermill era. We didn't see it back when Haley was here. There was not that many dominant defenses, but we're starting to see under Spags what we were seeing under Marty in the 90s, like some of that, like grinded out, beat you to death defense. Some of that fun defense, man, where the teams just cannot do it. I'd posted a stat. It's been since November 4th of 2022 since our defense hasn't given up 30-plus points in a game, and that was with us beating the Bucs in Tampa Bay 41-31. That was the last time, November 4th. So it's almost been 2 years, my bad. I'll get it right in a second. I'm bad at math. 2 years to the day almost since we've given up 30 points in a game in a regular season game. So, yeah, I think our defense is starting to come along, and he's starting to get a little more defensive dependent. I know a lot of people don't like that. They're not liking the fact that Andy's not being very assertive inside the 3 and the 2 on 4th down. He's taking these little chip shot field goals rather than just shoving it down their throats. And I mean, even if you don't get it in, the other team's got to go 99 against this defense. I think Andy's got to get a little more oomph in the sack here every once in a while. Like, stop punting at the 50 and the 47 and the 46 when the game's on the line and you got 1 or 2 yards to go. You got Crocky J, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Travis Kelce. Let's go get it done. I think there's a time and a place to play for your defense, but I feel like he's doing it more and more, and I feel like there's a little bit of a changing of how our offense is ran. I feel like we're having to throttle it back and to do all this. And again, I feel like it's just because the Chiefs have neglected that wide receiver position. And again, we've won with it, but let's be honest. This offense would have been night and day different if we could have found a way to keep Tyreek Hill over these past few years. Our offense would have been night and day difference. Now, look, you wouldn't have had the same defense because you wouldn't have had some of the draft picks. You wouldn't have had the money to do this and that. So, I mean, it's an ebb and flow, give and take, yin and yang there. But don't tell me that you didn't want that Tyreek wide receiver. And we don't really have that. I thought they were going to get that with Hollywood. I think Rasheed is going to get there, but it's a totally different kind of wide receiver. Kelce taking a little bit of a step back, and again, they can say it's for this reason and this reason. That's fine, but you're still not producing. Okay, you're still not producing. So it's come back a little bit there. So that it's taking that facet out of the game. Mahomes isn't getting the pocket protection he's wanted. That's taking it out of the game a little bit. I feel like we're starting to be a team that you almost feel like a team that Brady had back in some of the 2000s before they went out and got Randy Moss a little bit, right? Like you feel like he was just winning it with defense and not turning the ball over and taking what the defense gave him and putting just enough points on the board. I mean, it could be a little bit of a changing here. We got a 5-bomb here from Rob. Rob says there's no excuse. Our pass rush will get sacks with both tackles out. Look, Mike Dana was one of the lowest pressure ratios to time of pressure, okay? He's not playing. Felix is going to have to step up. Felix has only had 2. Mark it down. Felix has had 2 nice plays here getting after the quarterback in his year and 3 games, okay? Both of those were misassignment whiff blocks. Okay, he's got to find a way to line up mano-a-mano and get to the quarterback. Chris Jones is going to eat tomorrow a little bit. I think Chris Jones, but they're also going to double and triple team him. George has had one of these slowest. He's at the bottom left of the charts. He's one of the slowest times to pressure and some of the slowest win rates versus pressure. He's not been all that effective. He's had 12 pressures, but he's not been able to close the gap at all. There was times Burrow in week 2, Burrow had 5-6 seconds to throw the ball sometimes. That, like when Yoshivas got that touchdown against Josh Williams in the end zone, dude had 5.5 seconds and didn't even get close to getting touched. So the Chiefs have got to get after him. There's no excuses this week. If George and them can't get there, the Chiefs, look, we had released a video talking about we're all talking about people coming back. Kareem Hunt, fun. Jody Fortson, fun, cool. Let's get back Charles Omenihu. That's the big one. Charles Omenihu is the big one. He does a lot. And to be honest, when he comes back, is he even going to be that effective for the first few weeks? Maybe not. Sometimes you don't come back as good as you was from an injury like that with a knee and an ACL, MCL, whatever it is. But I do think the Chiefs, look, if they can't get some pressure here, and in my opinion, if they don't get pressure here, the defensive end, defensive line, just across the board, whatever you want to say, but basically defensive end, in my opinion, becomes one of the biggest, if not the biggest problem on this team right now. And as we were all talking about going out and trading at the deadline last year for maybe a wide receiver and this and that and everything else, and people are still throwing around wide receivers. They're throwing around Deontay Johnson. They're throwing around this. They're throwing around that. In my opinion, I think the offense is okay. If we can't get pressures this week, I think Brett Veach needs to go out and find himself a little bit of a pass rusher. Now, look, I don't think you're going to get Hassan Reddick. I don't think that's going to happen. It could. But he's got to try to go out and find somebody if they can't get home this week. There's a problem there, and I think if Felix can't eat this, he should get some snaps this week. And if Felix can't show that he can get it done this quick, look, you're going to have to do it. At some point, if you can't generate the pressure and you can't generate the pass rush, you've got to go try to find a solution. And I think if this week they can't do it, if I were Brett Veach, I'd start hitting the phone seeing if I could find a pass rusher, or I'd go somewhere to see what I could do. Heck, you want to talk reunions? Bring back that old boy that keeps doing well in the CFL and all that. You know, our little bust pick, our little Breland Speaks. Maybe bring him back, see what he's got. I don't know. Maybe he gets a sack with the Chiefs and it becomes a full circle moment for him. Appreciate the 5 though, Rob. SV again with another 5. He said black QBs have only won the Super Bowl in Native American themed teams, Seahawks, Chiefs. There's a secret. Oh my God, this guy. Dude, I appreciate you throwing out the support. I mean, I don't know what we're getting at. So like, we're saying that black QBs and Native American themed teams are going hand in hand. Like what? Like, I don't know what we're getting at here. I don't know what we're getting at. I don't think it's anything. I think we just need to chill a little bit and enjoy life. Let's just enjoy life and go on. Pops, a member for 2 months. He says George is going to have 2 sacks tomorrow. Look, that's coming right off of what I just talked about. I hope he does. He needs to. He definitely needs to. I think he gets home tomorrow. I don't know if he gets home twice, but he gets home. Ron, been a member for 8 months. Appreciate you, Ron. Ron always doing the Lord's work out here. Appreciate you guys being here again for me. Hit that like button. Still don't know where in the world Steve is. I have no idea. This guy, I guess he just quit. I guess he's quit on me. Let's see if we can figure out where Steve is while I have a refreshing beverage here. I've been speaking for 35 straight minutes. Prime, it's your time, Prime. You want to sponsor an episode? Right here, Prime, get it together. I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for, to be honest. But yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already. We're going to give away a poster at 100, and I bet you we've already crossed 100, to be honest. We're at 157. So we're going to give away another one at 200. Keep hitting that like button if you haven't. We're going to give away another poster at 200. Again, this is what the posters look like. They are scheduled posters made up by yours truly, all chiefed up. It's got all the schedule going. It's got Mahomes. It's got this and that. We'll even send it. We'll sign it for you over in this region here. We'll send it out to you. But yeah, we'll give away one of those. Hashtag poster. Throw out hashtag poster in the chat. You can start it right now. Once we get to 200, we'll give away 2 of them at once. We'll do it that way. But yeah, hashtag poster. Michael Hamilton said, didn't have Mel come because of hurricane. Yeah, that could be a big issue. Again, Sam, I know Sam comes all the time. Sam's down there in Florida. We got a lot of people watching in the Mississippi, in the Alabama, in the Georgia, in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida regions. That hurricane done some nasty work, okay? I have a friend that lives out in Asheville, and Asheville is completely flooded out. People are not being able to talk to their families. People are not being able to, they can't get cell phone service. It's taken out everything. Like, this is crazy. It's knocked bridges out in East Tennessee. Just bridges are gone. It's knocked out part of the interstate to get from Gatlinburg into Asheville. It's just knocked out the interstate. The roads are in the water. It is insane what's happening. Clearwater Beach is completely destroyed. Like, there's a bunch of crap going on down there. So, yeah, if you guys are there, thoughts and prayers with that one. And, yeah, if you know, I wish we could help more. I really wish we could. We're not a huge channel that can really be like, hey, we can raise $20,000. That's probably never going to happen. But what we can do is at least try to give some entertainment and get people through these times. And again, if you guys know how to help, I'm sure you can go to like Red Cross and donate, different things like that. But yeah, man, it's a disaster out there, dude. It looks like a war zone. I watched some TikTok videos on it last night, and it was disheartening to see like some of my favorite places down in Florida that I visit yearly, it just being decimated. And then, like I said, Asheville and all that. And it's a disaster, dude. So hopefully they can get it back up, build it better, and they got some stuff. And then shout out if you're out there working as some of the linesmen that get out there and do that electrical work, dude. That's going to be a disaster. But yeah, man, prayers for everybody involved in that for sure. Hopefully you'll get it though, Michael. Yeah, Ian says over 52 people have been, dude, it was bad. They were telling people to write on themselves. If you chose to stay home and not evacuate from this hurricane, they were telling you to write with marker on your arm all your identifiables. That's how bad it was. And people were still choosing to not evacuate. Like, if somebody tells me I need to write on my arm with a Sharpie so they can identify me, I think I'm going to leave. I mean, but you know, some people didn't have the means to do it. So I hope everything's good with everybody. Oh, Sam is here. Okay, good. At least Sam made it. I know Sam's in Florida, but I don't know if he's in the path of the hurricane. But yeah, he says, hashtag pressure nation. Yeah, there's some hashtag pressure. That's what we're calling them. They're not sacking nobody. They're just pressuring. So hashtag pressure nation. Steve's in the house. Steve, you just got here in time for pressure nation.
Pressure nation. That's what they are until they close the deal, right?
Yeah.
Step it up another notch and you'll get back to Sack Nation. But for now, pressure nation.
Yeah.
So what's up? What you been talking about?
We were talking about, let me shout out Sam. Glad you're doing well, Sam. We're giving away posters. We've already got to 100 likes. We're trying to get to 200. We're about 12 away, so we're going to give away 2 posters in just a little bit. We talked about the Chargers being completely decimated across the board, but they've come out and announced that Justin Herbert will start tomorrow, barring any pregame setbacks, which in my opinion is the most idiotic thing that I've ever heard from a franchise, to risk your entire future of your franchise on a week 4 meaningless game.
It's the Chargers, bro. That's why they suck.
Yeah, the Chargers keep charging, man.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like I kind of understand them. Like if they do think he's good to go, getting in there, because you say meaningless game, but it is early. It's regular season, but they know if they want to win the AFC West, they have to beat the Chiefs. So I mean, that's kind of like if they want any shot at the playoffs, yeah, you know, they maybe sneak a wild card in, but otherwise, if they want to try to make it in the playoffs, they want to try to win the West, and the only way they're going to do that is to beat Kansas City Chiefs maybe twice. So I mean, yeah. If they don't put their best product on the field, I think that's what it is.
For sure. Flapjack with a 5-bomb. He says defensive end, left tackle, still a need on this team. Why? Veach is sucking ass.
Hey.
I think the Chiefs are fine with the left tackle position. I don't think if they thought, in my opinion, if they would have thought Donovan Smith was an upgrade, they'd have already brought him back. But I think if you just look back at Donovan Smith, I think his play was declining throughout the year. I just don't see it. And then everybody else out there, I mean, who you got? Charles Leno, that's not that big of an upgrade. Bakhtiari, I mean, he's possibly, but there has to be, in my opinion, there are agents, there's scouts, just teams around the league, okay? And when people aren't bringing in Bakhtiari and this and that, in my opinion, Steve, I think a lot of teams have already seen him, and they're like, look, he's just not there. Don't even waste your time bringing him in. And that's why we didn't see teams like the Chiefs even like take a shot at him, right?
Yeah, I think so. Left tackle, it's such a weird one, right? Because you got two young guys that they're like right there, but they're not. Like they need some work. I was still on board with just leaving Kingsley in there and letting him go through his lumps, early in the season and see if he could pan out. But apparently they have more confidence in Wanye, which Wanye didn't play that bad last week. So, I mean, whichever way they want to go with it, that's kind of how I would roll with one of them and just let them try to earn that spot and keep it,
Right. Now, for me, the defensive end, for me, was a problem I seen coming the whole entire offseason. I may have been one of the only people talking about that. And then people would be like, but we were second in the league in sacks and second in the league in pressures. Fine, but that's a lot of Spagnuolo's defensive system. Kind of like the way we all talk about Snead. Kind of a product of the Spag system in a way. I do believe that we could have used a defensive end. I think we could have drafted an edge rusher, in my opinion, especially when all that happened with B.J. Thompson in the offseason, and now we knew that he may not get to play at all or for a long time. And then even him, when he was drafted, he wasn't the cookie cutter Spags kind of, set the edge pass rush or anything. He was a little out of the mold of what we usually do. So in my opinion, we could have used one. I thought it would have been fun to go out and maybe throw a little bit at like a Chase Young or somebody like that and see what we could kind of maneuver. But they didn't, and so this is where we are. But in my opinion, I think defensive end's a little bit more of a problem for me right now than left tackle. I think left tackle will get it done. Suffice.
I mean, it can't be any worse than. Let's be honest here. Donovan Smith was not that good. Like the people that's like, oh, we need to go get Donovan Smith. I don't know what you were watching last year because, I mean, I think Wanye and Kingsley are going to do what Donovan Smith could do. Like, yeah, he's got more experience under his belt, but at the same time, he wasn't nothing special. So I'm kind of with you. I'd rather get like a better edge rusher. But we thought they might do something like that in the offseason. We actually talked about Chase Young for a minute right before he got signed and stuff like that. But they have no interest in it, man. I think they're really banking on Charles Omenihu coming back and picking up where he left off.
Yeah. Sam says they don't even play Cam Thomas or Marlon Tui Pelotu. Why? Marlon has been active and Cam's been active. Now, look, everything that I'm hearing out of KC is they're going to let Cam Thomas play tomorrow. They're going to let him play snaps, and they're going to let him play from what I'm hearing, they're going to let him play a few snaps. It's not going to be just one or two. They're going to get him on the field for double-digit, maybe up to 20 snaps, and they're going to turn him loose and see what he's got. I think that's a wake-up call to Felix, but I think Cam has been adjusting to the defense a little bit. I think he's been in playing shape. I don't think that's a thing, but I think like Spags does a lot more differences. There's a lot more differences in Spags' defense as a defensive end than what he was used to with Arizona. So I think now he's comfortable with maybe all the stunts, all the dropbacks, all this and that. I think Cam is going to get to try to play a little bit tomorrow, Steve, from everything I'm hearing. Do you think Cam Thomas could be that? Could he already be that trade that we made, and maybe there's something there?
Potentially. Like, I think he fits our system better than he fit the one in Arizona.
Yes.
This was a guy that a lot of Chiefs people liked coming out of the draft. I think Ryan Tracy over in RGR was a big Cam Thomas guy. A lot of people saw him fitting into this defense well. So there's a chance, man. I don't think he's anything like elite. He's nothing special. I don't expect him to come out and just blow your socks off, but I think he could be decent. I think he could be a good rotational piece with Mike Dana.
Isn't he kind of in the vein of like a Mike Dana or George Karlaftis? That's his game, really.
Right, and that seems to be like the MO for Spags defensive ends. I mean, when's the last time we had an elite defensive end? Justin Houston? I mean,
yeah.
It's been a long time ago. So, I mean, it kind of fits the script.
You think we'll bring him back? We're in the mood of giving back.
Right. It's so weird. We talked about last year when they were like, maybe they should bring Justin Houston back into the fold. It was like, well, they don't really do that. They don't seem to tend to go back to these guys. They broke that narrative this year.
Right.
They're inviting everybody back.
Yeah, let's bring them back. Why not? We thought the bridges were burned with Kareem. Let's bring back Justin Houston. Witchy says the Titans already broke Snead. Why do teams break our boys when they get them? The Chiefs build these guys up, and then they just get used to a system, and then when you go somewhere else, it takes time. And
it does.
And I think our system elevates their play, and then they go out and get that big payday, and then you realize, hey, they were more of a scheme player than they were and that happens a lot. That happens with wide receivers. That happens with quarterbacks across the board. That happens.
I mean, would it surprise you with like someone like L'Jarius Sneed? He was a late round draft pick. He was a freaking safety when he came in. Like they kind of built him into what he was. He fit in the system well. It worked for us. But like ultimately, we kind of talked about this in the offseason. Like he might not be the same guy over in Tennessee. Like, and that happens a lot with our guys. I think the only one that's translated so far is probably Charvarius Ward. He's still playing at a pretty high level in San Francisco, but I mean, nothing crazy. None of them hit the level that it would take me to pay them what they're getting paid. So I'm perfectly good with Brett Veach continuing to do what he does with corners, and that's get guys, develop them, get 3-4 really good years out of them, and then let them get paid somewhere else.
Yep, same. Okay, guys, hashtag poster. Get the hashtag poster in the chat. We're going to pick a few. We're at 208 likes. So I'm going to pick out 2. We're going to give away 2 right off the rip. We'll do, let's just do I'll pick 10. I'll pick 10 names and I'll throw them on the board and we'll just spin. We'll spin and the final 2 will win. We'll just do that. We won't do 2 separate ones. I'll just let the final 2 names on the board win it.
Last 2 standing, baby.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. So let me get everything up and going, and you guys put in hashtag poster so it gets going. And that's the way we'll get it going for you. But appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, man. Chiefs 24/7. We're going to give you a little bit of everything. We're going to do it with a comical aspect. We're going to give you some satire. We're going to give you all kinds of things that people can't figure out. They can't do it.
They got to get that stick out of their ass, Mike.
Yeah, remove the stick.
So
we have a T-shirt. It says "All Chiefed Up." Remove the stick. I think it could.
Find a way to hate it. Don't offend them, okay?
Yeah, that's offensive.
But yeah, like Mike said, appreciate you guys being here. So do that. Hit that like button, and yeah, let's roll it, man. Let's give away a poster or 2.
Okay. Hashtag poster. You can keep putting it in. It'll keep going on there. The more you post it, it will let you, if you post it 3 times, you will go into the drawing 3 times. But I think 3's the cap. So hashtag poster, hashtag poster, hashtag poster, and you're done. So let's go ahead and draw some names here. I'll get Nightbot up and we'll let them go to town here. Here we go. First one, and then we'll talk about Chiefs Chargers again. So be thinking of some good questions. Here we go. Micah is on the picker wheel for the first time. Micah Wolf. I like the name. That's a very strong name. I wouldn't want to mess with a guy named Michael Wolf, in my opinion. Like, it sounds like he rides a Harley Davidson and he'll smack you in the mouth. That's what I think about it. Let's roll it again, baby. Hashtag poster. Illy Beeman. Let's go.
Let's do it.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's draw some more. Joe E's back on the board. The picker wheel,
Look,
the Nightbot.
so
they love Joe E, baby.
But the Will of Death is not very kind to Joey.
I know. Nikki says, did you say picker wheel or pecker wheel? If it was a pecker wheel, Chris Jones would be on the board. So it's not that.
Will you make the pecker wheel with Chris Jones in the middle?
I'll get one. Optimistic James, baby. Optimistic James. Let's go. James, are you optimistic about the game tomorrow? Let us know in the chat. I'm excited to hear you.
Yeah, we gotta get to some predictions here in a minute, man. I'm still racking my brain. I haven't had a chance to really sit and think about it, to be honest.
We will.
So.
Witchy gets drawn out. Dude, this is fun tonight. Keep throwing in the hashtag poster, baby. Ratman Fire Spawn. I love the name.
Best name in a minute.
We're just gonna call him Ratman.
Oh, Ratman.
Ratman.
Is
it Ratman or Ratman? The Rat King. I don't know, but I like it. Peter gets picked. Let's go.
Peter on the pecker wheel.
Peter is on the pecker wheel, and we're back, baby. Isaac Hawkin. I love it. Isaac on the board. Let's draw a few more here, Nightbot. Let's get it going, baby. Keep hitting that like button too if you haven't already. At 300, we'll give away another one. Mo Patriot in the house. Mo Patriot. Mo's been here for a long time. Mo's an OG, baby. Brad Harris has been picked. Let's go. That's 3, 6, 9. That's 10 names. But what do we always do? We draw one for the fun of it. Michael Hamilton back on the board. He just won a jersey. Oh, man, Michael Hamilton is feeling it.
Hey, he's on a roll.
He's on a roll, baby. Let's draw one more just because there's so many people in here having fun tonight. Richie King. Here we go. Ladies and gents, we got 12 on the board. 12 on the board. And here we go. Let's add it to the stage. There it is, ladies and gents. There's our board. Okay. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But first, shout out 31 Red Ball with a $5 super
baby.
sticker. Appreciate you, 31
up,
Red
Red
Ball.
Ball?
Red Ball's been the man. He's been supporting us for a few weeks now. Probably longer than that.
Been a
But
while,
here lately,
man.
he's been throwing out the support. We appreciate it. We also got Horned Up in the house with a 5. He says Horned for 4-0. Let's freaking go. Oh yes, a round of applause here. I think it's going to be a 4-0. I really do. I think the Chargers know it's inevitable. I think they know it's inevitable. Let's get some spinning going. Again,
Chiefs are like Thanos out there, Mike.
right. You don't want to see your name. Your name means you get taken off the board, and the final two names will get the win. So Optimistic James, first one out.
Oh.
He wasn't feeling optimistic about his chances. I don't feel like he was. I don't feel
His
like
name
he
was a lie.
Oh, Mo is off the board, ladies and gents.
Dang, it's getting,
Sorry, Mo. It's going after the OGs,
it's
baby.
getting dirty fast around here.
30-30. Uh-oh. Richie's an OG. Oh, it goes after Micah Wolf, the strong name.
That damn well of death is just relentless.
Just out here being relentless today, ladies and gents. Here we go. Get those Chiefs Chargers questions in the chat, too, by the way. We're going to get back to talking about that in just a second. Joey out. As soon as we give away this poster, these two posters. Steve, have you thought of a score prediction yet?
No, man, I swear I haven't had even a minute to really focus on this game this week. And like, I don't know if it was kind of subconscious because of all the injuries and stuff, and it's like, we shouldn't have a problem. But we all know that that's never a thing. It's always going to be a problem. So
It's not a thing. The Chiefs getting a cakewalk game is not a thing.
They don't exist, man.
Peter
they could play,
is off the wheel. Sorry,
They could
Peter.
play the damn middle school team up the road and probably have to go to overtime.
Yeah, it's just the Chiefs they struggle bus it every time
They'll
they
win.
play.
They'll win, but they're going to make it interesting.
Rat Man off the board. We're down to the final 5 here. We got Illy, we got Witchy, we got Isaac, we got Brad, we got Richie. And guess what? Only 3 more get pulled off the wheel. Aw, Illy Beeman's gone. Okay. 2 more to be taken off the wheel and 2 more win. If you've already won a poster, by the way, you can choose to give it to someone or you can just have me ship you another one. So let me know. I don't know who's won and who hasn't. Brad's off the board. Here we go. This is the only name that you don't want to see drawn today because the other 2 is going to get the win. Isaac.
Richie,
Isaac
baby.
is off the board.
Richie with the dub. I think that might be Richie's first dub.
Yeah, Richie and Witchy. Look at that. Why'd it rhyme? Richie and Witchy. Let's go. Richie and Witchy, both with the winners. Richie, you are the first numero uno winner right here. And then Witchy's going to get one who. If you guys both have a poster, if you don't have a poster, I'll send it out. If you want to give it away, let me know. We can do that as well. But either way, Richie and Witchy, the 2 winners right now. Give them some props in the chat, some congrats. And we're at 208 likes right now. So get that bad boy up to 300 and we'll get it going.
Mo says it's the wheel of disappointment.
It is a little disappointing when you get on there and you just don't win, you know. Oh, Witchy. Witchy says give mine to Ray Ray.
All right.
Ray. Okay, so look,
Send us
Ray
your
Ray,
stuff, bro.
Richie, you've already, both of you guys probably have already emailed us, but send us an email, allchiefedup@gmail.com. Throw your shipping addresses in there and we'll get them out to you guys. And yeah, if y'all want another poster, we're going to do it at 300 likes. And if we don't get to 300 likes, then we won't do it. Nikki says we're already at 242. Yeah, see, I'm behind, so here we go. So only about 60 more. But yeah, man. Steve, let's get back to this game. You want to do more questions or you want to do our predictions, man? Which one do you want to do?
I'm good with whatever, man. I'll wing it. I don't care.
I'll predict
baby.
first. I was having trouble going between, are the Chiefs going to crack the 30 mark? And they're just unwilling to show me they'll do it. So I'm still not going to have them cracking the 30 mark. I'm going to say the Chiefs score 27 points. Again, I'm going to put them right at that 27 mark. I'm going to say the score is 27-17 is what I'm going to say. 27-17 Chiefs. I think they will cover the 9-point spread. I think it's still at 9 if I'm not mistaken. Is it 9 or 9.5? Here it is right here. BetUS has got it at 9. So, yeah, it's at 9-point spread. I think they cover the spread. I think they'll do it. I think it's 27-17. And I'm going to go ahead and say Kelsey gets game ball. I think Kelsey has a get right game this week. I think it's finally got into everybody enough that I think Kelsey, Mahomes, and even Andy are going to be like, Kelsey, you got to go out and perform today. Like, we're tired of hearing it. Go show him you're not a distraction. I think he'll do it. I think he'll go for 100 yards. I think he'll go for at least 1 touchdown. And then defensively, I'm going to say, I think it's hard to pick against Chris Jones in this one. But if there's one to pick, it could be George Karlaftis. They have no tackles playing, so it could be George, but I'm going to go with Chris Jones. I think it's going to be a Chris Jones kind of game. I think he's going to get after it, and I think it's going to be Kelsey. So Kelsey and Jones, 2 pillars of the Chiefs' 4-leg dynasty right there, baby.
So what's the deal with Bosa? I know he's not playing, but is this guy on the IR? What happened?
He's not playing. I don't know.
Okay, here he is, just out. I see it now. But, yeah, man, I think can they crack the 30? Like you said, they haven't showed us they're going to do it, but if you don't do it this week, man, it's got to be, like you said, it's got to be kind of like that Chicago Bears game last year when it was like, what are these guys doing? And they finally went out and just beat the hell out of a bad team. Like, I think they need that. I think the Chiefs need that as a team. The fans need it. I think the world needs to see it. You have a lot of like media and talking heads this week talking about how the Chiefs aren't that good. Like they're just not that good. They're getting lucky. They're getting calls.
Right. That's an annoying narrative too, man.
It is. It really is. But especially, I mean, it's coming from a lot of different people. Like even Rob Gronkowski today talking about how the Chiefs get more calls than the Patriots ever did, which we know is laughable.
Yeah, that's a stupid statement.
It's just like I think they've got to. I don't know, man. Is it too far of a stretch to be like have a little self-respect and get out there and like show people what the hell's up?
I don't know, man.
So I think I'm feeling it. I'm not gonna say big blowout, right? But I want to. But I'm not going to, just because we know that never works out. But I think far and away they're the better team on the field, especially with all the injuries from the Chargers. I'm gonna give them over the 30, Mike. I'm gonna give them over the 30. I'm gonna say 31-21 Chiefs. So I think they'll win. I think the game might be a little more comfortable than what we've seen the last 3 weeks. I still don't think it's going to be a big blowout to where we can just like have fun, relax. You know what I'm saying? It'll still be closer than it should be.
Yeah.
But I mean, they still have some decent guys out there on the field that can rush the passer too. Like I know Joey Bosa's out, but they do have Tuli Tuipulotu. They got Ebba Wigby. They've got some young guys. They got that can get after him. And of course, Khalil Mack's still out there, Bud Dupree. So it's not the end of the world for them with the pass rush, but I do think Mahomes will be a little bit more comfortable this week than he has been. So I think he's going to have more time to throw. I think you're going to see a better performance from Mahomes. I think he's holding himself accountable for how bad he has played the first 3 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the game ball. I think he's going to have 3 touchdowns. I think he's going to hit over the 300-yard mark for the first time this year.
Well, that's freaking awesome. So you're giving the game balls to who?
Mahomes. Defensive side, I got to go with Chris Jones. I'm right there with you with that.
Good deal. Let's get to the chat. We'll see what they're saying. Ray says 31-17 Chiefs. 31 is being popular so far. Kathy, 34-17. Mike Yoway says 31-17. Sam Lofton, 31-19. Nikki in the house with a 28-14.
Boy, they're scoring 31 tomorrow.
Yeah. Thomas Villarreal, 35-14. Casey with 2 pick sixes. That would be pretty sick. Steve, I was saying that earlier. I think if Casey breaks the 30 mark, if Casey breaks the 30, I think it's because the defense puts some points on.
We could say that, but the defense has put some points on the board. So, true. I mean, but it would help, and I would love to see McDuffie finally get a pick. It's just like one of those stupid little hurdles he hasn't jumped yet. Yeah. But I think it's coming. It's just a matter of time. Yep.
Chiefer in the house, 34-24. Jeff says 42-20. That's the biggest gap I've seen so far. A 22-point from Jeff.
I think people are getting a little more afraid to call.
I spoke too soon. Brian Parrott says 34-10. I have spoken.
Brian's a little horned up tonight. Did you get into the blue chew?
24-point win. Okay. Iron Price goes with a 24-23, another heart attack game. Now, that's more like it, ladies and gents.
Man, I've had enough stress in normal life this week. I don't need it on football day.
YB Negative says 28-17. 31 Red Ball goes 24-21, baby. Richie, after he wins a poster, says we'll go 27-17 also. So me and Richie on the same page here tonight, ladies and gents.
Well, me and Brenda are on the same page. So it's me and Brenda versus you and Richie.
Iko says, I also gave it 27-17 earlier. I think it's pretty popular. I think people have been spurned too much to call any more than a 10-point win at this point, you know?
Right.
31-17 says Ray Ray. Gary Holland says 31-20. Dylan goes 35-17. A lot of good stuff in the chat. Joe, 31-24, so he's right there. Brenda's at 31-21. It looks good, man. T. Renee, been a member now for a full month, says we're going to crack 30, 34-13, baby.
Let's do it, man. I would love to see something like that tomorrow. I just want to kick my feet back, Mike, and just enjoy it. I don't want. I'm tired of the shit, bro. I'm tired of it. Like, come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, for sure. TGZ says 34-16.
Throw us a freaking bone here.
For real. Wolfgang goes 31-10. Michael Hamilton goes 27-20. Cole at 24-17. And David Barker, last one on the board here, says 30-24. And then as soon as I said that, Jim, he shows up with 24-17. And then Phil, our boy, goes 23-17. He says we're going to go 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals. See, something like that feels about right, don't it?
Yeah, Butker carrying. Yeah, that does feel right.
Yeah, we love the field goals, man.
Do you think they watched that tape of like 7 years, or it was probably like 9 years ago, where it's just Cairo Santos kicking 8 field goals in Cincinnati, and they study that tape and they're like, "This is how we're going to perform, guys.
I can't do it.
This is how you win the game."
Andrew showing up with a 34-10, baby.
Gary, no,
says,
Bosa's out.
Bosa playing? He's gone. He's not going to play. Jacob,
which is good for our tackle. So,
yep. Jacob says 2017. That's a close one. Cucumber Man, like the name, like the picture. 34-19 right there. Okay.
So do you think the Justin Herbert stuff? Do you think that's literally they're gonna get pregame and be like, he's not a go? Do you think they already know he's not playing, but they're just kind of play mind games?
I would hope that's what they're doing. To me, I think it's just flat out ridiculous. You would risk paying him that much money last year, and then maybe, dude, if the Chiefs were to get to that ankle and he was to get that caught up or anything, if he slides wrong, we see Mahomes couldn't even take a knee right last week.
Right.
So it's just one of those things where freak accidents happen. I wouldn't trust it. In my opinion, I would not trust it, dude.
I don't think it's a smart move by them at all. Like, I'm with you. Like, I don't think it's a meaningless game per se, because I think it does have implications if they plan on making the playoffs. But do you think they're really in a position? Like, what's their record right now? I can't even tell you what the Chargers have done this year.
I want to say they're 2-2 or 3-1.
They're 2-1. They're 2-1.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're 2-1. We've only played 3 weeks.
I said 2-2 and 3-1.
Yeah.
I'm a week ahead already.
Getting ahead of yourself. No, but 2-1. So yeah, it's still in play for them. I think they still think that they have a chance to be a playoff team. I think they knock the Chiefs off here. I mean, you know, they don't view Denver and the Raiders in the same light as the Chiefs. I think they're like, hey, if we can knock the Chiefs off at least once, maybe sneak 2 wins out of them, like, we can win the West this year. I think that's probably what's on their mind. So if Herbert is like actually cleared to play, I think I don't think they'll be overly cautious. I think they'll put him out there.
Jeez. Well, they got Tyler Heineke as their backup. He's not like the worst backup you've ever seen. I mean, he's just like, 1-2 years removed as a starter.
Right,
so,
yeah.
Not
he had his moments in Washington.
Yeah, for sure.
But then again, he's not great either, so it is what it is. But I think this is, by all means, like, I've said this not 3 times, but like, I feel like I've said it a lot this year. Like, the Chiefs are the better team. Just look on paper. The Chiefs are the better team. Like, even against the Bengals, it's just like, we know the Bengals play us tough. And I think this is a similar situation. Like, yeah, the Chiefs are much better, far better on paper. There's a lot of injuries on the other team, but this is a team that notoriously plays us tough. Like, every time we play them, whether it's matchup or whatever it might be, I kind of hold the Chargers in that little Bengals territory where they're just a pain in our ass, you know?
Yep. TGZ with a 2-bomb. He says I was correct. They are 2-2. You're right. I've seen the future. That's why I was predicting 2-2.
I see what you did there, TGC.
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking we were in week 5 already. I don't know how, but like this past week felt like an eternity. It really did.
Tell me about it.
It was crazy. But yeah, I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs should roll in this one, in my opinion. Now, again, they are going to be in L.A. Have you ever been to L.A.?
L.A.
If you've been to L.A., you'll know it's so cool over there.
Everybody there is so much cooler than you, bro.
Yeah, don't come to L.A. We eat $27 salads here in L.A.
Our rent's $6,000 a month.
In L.A.
Man, what a bunch of losers. I hope they spank the Chargers though, for real.
Yeah, I'd like to see a nice big win, a nice big fat blowout win. But look, Andy, somebody said it in the chat earlier. Andy thinks anything over 10 points is disrespectful. He ain't trying to make a hardballs retire after 3 games.
It almost feels like it, doesn't it?
Jeez, I don't know.
Horned Up said he's feeling spicy. Whoop, clicked the wrong thing. Can we get a suck it or an El Travador?
An El Transdor.
I hope.
Let's not. Hey, what are we saying Travis is doing out here now?
Yeah. What do we do?
You know,
maybe he wants to see Taylor Swift dress up as El Travador. You think? Like
that could be
a
a good
little
one.
Mustache. That'd be good. We might have to come up with that. Appreciate
Taylor
the
Swift.
5 bomb, by the way. And yeah, why
Somebody
not?
go make a Taylor Swift with a mustache AI picture and send it to our Gmail so I can post
and
it.
I'll
up.
replace it. I'll replace this with it.
They call me El Travador.
El Travador.
They
Click a
call
button,
me
it doesn't work.
El
This doesn't
Travador.
work. You gotta click it.
Dude, just El Travadoring out here.
I
Here,
never
you can
saw
have
it.
this one, too.
Is it playing?
Yeah, it's playing. What are you doing?
Suck it, suck it. We got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Let's go.
I couldn't see any of the El Travadors. I never saw it come up one time. I just thought it wasn't working.
What's wrong with you?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you played it like 6 times for everybody. We had to watch
Sorry,
El
I was
Travador
clicking
for
the
like
button.
an
I'm
hour.
like, work, damn it.
We're out here watching El Travador for like 25 minutes over here, and you're just like, do we see it yet? Yeah, we
My
seen
bad.
it.
My bad. I hope you
Dude, I
enjoyed
went-
it all 5 times.
I went to the movies today, by the way. This is random. I went to the movies today and watched that new James McAvoy movie, that horror movie where they go to his house and he's a real big creep. And
Is that every James McAvoy movie? He's always
yeah,
a creep.
dude, he plays like the best creep. Like this dude plays a good creep. But yeah, it was watchable. But what I did learn is that movie actually released in 2022, and they already done a remake of it in 2024. What are we doing?
What movie is this?
I forget the name of it. It's called like something.
You were
Silent.
just there.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to
You were
the
just there.
Speak No Evil. No, it's something weird. I don't know. It's the one in the previews where the little kid and they chop his tongue off, dude.
I don't know about this stuff.
James
man.
McAvoy's wild, dude.
What kind
I
of
don't
stuff
know.
you watching
but
out there?
yeah, a
Horned
wild
up
little
with
horror
a
movie
2
here.
bomb. He says, "Wow, you gave us both. You guys rock. Let's go." Of course, and I gave it to you like 5 times. It was an accident, but
Yeah, Peter. Peter says, "Speak no evil." I think that might be it, man.
appreciate you, Horned up. Yeah, man. Anthony said that El Travador is just showing up late to my screen like I am.
What's happening?
Sorry,
Poor
guys.
El Trav. Dude, is El Trav washed in your opinion?
Nah, no.
I don't either. I feel like everybody's kind of blown out of proportion. He's kind of starts off kind of slow yearly, don't he? I don't know. What
I don't know, man. The farthest I could go with it is that he's not 100% focused. And
Man, I
like,
don't even know about that.
and I don't know about that either, but like, I think he kind of alluded to that when he talked about it, where he's like, I gotta focus and get things right. Like, maybe his head wasn't exactly where it needed to be at the beginning of the year. Because I mean, we all know all the stuff he was doing in the off season. I mean, this guy's running himself ragged out there trying to be a movie star and everything else in the world, just being a celebrity. So it's like, maybe he needed a minute to get his mind back right and focused in right. I think he will. He's a total professional. He's always done that. So I don't see why he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, technically, he didn't even start last season off slow.
No.
See, everybody said they started slow, but look, last year he had 11 catches for about 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of with Jacob. He says he thinks he didn't train as much during the offseason. That could be it. I can't say that he wasn't working out, wasn't training or anything like that, but like maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't able to with all the other stuff on his plate. So, I mean, a lot of different things that can go into it.
Man,
I think he's
who
going to be
knows?
just fine, guys. I wouldn't worry a bit about El Travador.
Yeah, I think long term, I think it's funny right now to watch all the who is it? So you got like Gronk truthers and you've got like the George Kittle truthers, and they're like, "What's Travis Kelce done this year?"
What does it matter? He literally beat
He's
the hell out of
blocking
everyone
well.
else in every other category.
He's
every
blocking
other
well,
year.
Steve. Isn't that a metric of a great tight end? Is they block good?
So when did they start going by stats is what I want to know. Because like, oh, he hasn't done anything this year, so he's not good. Well, all the guys you keep saying is better than him hasn't done anything either. So like, I mean, why did we switch it up now? Like whatever fits their narrative, you know?
It always is. That's the whole, Mahomes, he's had 17 touchdowns vacated by penalties.
So did you get to talk about any matchups from the game tomorrow that you're interested in or anything like that?
I didn't talk about many matchups. I will say Khalil Mack is going to be a heck of a matchup for whichever side he's going to rush from.
Right.
And I would probably think they're going to push him off of I would almost guarantee they're putting him off of Wanye's side. I don't think he'll go off Jawan Taylor's side. I think he'll be primarily rushing off of Wanye's side. So we'll see. That's a good matchup.
Well, like I said, they got some younger guys back there that can get involved in the pass rush. Obviously, like Tuilope. I can't ever say this dude's name. Tui
Pelotu.
Tui Tagovailoa, or however you say that. I can say any of those guys' names. If you're Polynesian, you're not Kingsley Sua Mataia. I can't say your name correctly because you don't matter. You don't play for the Chiefs. But no, I think they got some young guys. The other guy, Igawigbe, also another young guy, and then they got the inside linebacker Junior Colson. So they got some good young players. So it'd be interesting to see how they are and where they're progressed at. And then I also want to kind of take a look at their receivers tomorrow. Like, of course, they lost Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and that's kind of been their anchors for the longest. But I figured this would be a year where Josh Palmer would step up. And then I think Quentin Johnston has actually played a little bit better than what he did his rookie season. And then, of course, they got Ladd McConkey and Brendan Rice. So they got – I feel like the Chargers have kind of got younger around the ball altogether. So we'll see. I guess it'll be like, if nothing else, maybe we can get a glimpse of what we're going to be facing in the future, you know?
Possibly. I'm curious to see what Ladd McConkey does. I think Josh Palmer was on the injury list this week, but I think he did practice. So it's one of those things. P. Swizzle with a 2-bomb says, came here late, missed it, thoughts for tomorrow. Yeah, I put it at 27-17. Steve
you
put
and
it
me
at
both, P. Swizzle.
31-21.
31-21.
So we both got a 10-point game, pretty close. I think Kelsey's going to have I think Kelsey will get it together tomorrow. I think that might be his get-right game. At least it should be.
I think it's a get-right game for Mahomes as well.
Yeah. To be honest, Mahomes needs it, right?
They don't have the greatest corners in the world, let's be honest here. I feel like Asante Samuel gets lit up at least one time a game. We got to at least burn that guy once, right? So, I don't know. I'd like to see Xavier Worthy get back involved a little bit with maybe a deep ball here or there. See if we can toast some of them guys.
Yep. Well, I said before you got here, I thought tomorrow could be the game with all of their injuries and stuff. You could see Mahomes maybe taking 4 or 5 deep shots.
Mahomes has got to loosen up and get out of his head. He's got to quit aiming the ball. He's got to quit thinking too much, quit overthinking. And I think he knows that. So I'm just waiting for him to get out there, loosen up a little bit, throw the ball around. I mean, you got to think, man, it can't get any worse. If you get out there and you just start slinging the ball around a little bit, what are you going to do, get intercepted? It doesn't matter. You've been getting intercepted every week anyway. You know, throwing it straight to a linebacker you didn't see, or throwing it into triple coverage, or second-guessing a throw and just underthrowing it. Like, there's lots of different things that's going wrong for him. So the best thing he can do is get out of his own head, get out there and be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think Patrick Mahomes, I think he will get it. He's going to find his – we were talking about it earlier. He was talking about his mechanics and his throwing motion and his not being, whatever in the pocket. So it's just one of those things. Dom says Alabama and Georgia are going nuts. What happened? Last time I seen it, Alabama's actually putting it on them.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched any college football today. I do know Kentucky upset Ole Miss.
Kentucky got a big win over Ole Miss,
big W, baby.
A big dub. That might be the biggest win.
If they could have pulled that win off against Georgia the other day and then turned around and did that too.
Playing Georgia that close and then coming out and beating number 6 Ole Miss in Ole Miss's house, baby. That's a big one. I don't know. That might be the biggest win of Mark Stoops' career right there.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about the game tomorrow, though. I let it be a get-right game, guys. Let's get this offense rolling. I'd like to see the defense keep performing the way they are, though. Like, is it just me, or is the defense kind of been what's won us the games? I mean, I know in a nutshell that's kind of how it's been, but the defense hasn't been perfect, and they're still getting to where they need to be. And we always know that Spags defenses take about 8 weeks to get where they kind of get comfortable. There's a lot going on there, a lot of new pieces. But I feel like just keep doing what they're doing, man. Like, so far, they've won us 3 games, pretty much. So if we could just get the offense to get out there and move the ball, especially in critical moments. Like, I feel like this year we have moved the ball fairly well. We haven't cashed in every time. We like to kick field goals, but I feel like it's bad timing. Like, they get really stagnant and just too conservative and just bad at the wrong times. Like, every week. Like last week.
Yeah. Well, they're also not putting out any explosive plays. Let me bring this chart up. You guys might like.
I mean, they're dinking and dunking everyone to death, and that's okay. I'm fine with that if you're actually making it work. But when you're that damn stagnant, like, it kind of gets tired. You kind of get tired of watching dinking and dunking when it's getting shut down.
Check this one out. Football Insights come out with this: explosive play rates after 3 weeks. This counts as a 10+ yard run or a 20+ yard pass. The Chiefs are dead last behind who else? The freaking Bears and more Matt Nagy holdovers. Look at the first comment. It says Matt Nagy blows. Dude,
hey,
I'm telling
it's starting
you, the more,
not to look good for him, right?
The more I watch the Chiefs offense and you start really going back and comparing it 1-to-1 of how they were running the offense when he was a head coach in Chicago, I do see a lot more similarities I do there than when Bieniemy was here and Andy Bieniemy were making plays and they were calling plays and they were game planning.
You think Nagy's trying to turn Mahomes into Mitchell Trubisky?
He's trying. Mitchell Trubisky was wild on X. He's trying to get him to get a little bit more wild, man. But, dude, look at that. Did you ever think the Chiefs, all offseason long, it was, well, we're
going to push the ball down the field.
Andy's
it can't all be Hollywood Brown either. It can't.
Dude, it's bad. 5.4. That's almost a full percentage point behind the ones in front of them, which is the Browns and the Patriots.
Oof.
Freaking Whacker and a rookie or Jacoby Brissett. Come on. Like, we've got to open this offense up and get a little bit more explosive. I think Mahomes is doing a piss poor job of trying to push the ball down the field so far. Get it together, buddy. Let's get it going.
Sling it, baby. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I can't sing.
Let it go.
Yeah. What do you think about the running game against this team? You think Carson Steele could have a day?
Well, I think Carson Steele's going to have
Kareem
more carries
Hunt's
than
going to
Kareem
get.
Hunt.
Do you think? Yeah, that's another thing.
I think he's still. Yeah.
What's the workload for Kareem Hunt?
I think Kareem Hunt's going to have somewhere around 10 touches, and I think Carson Steele will have about 15 carries. I still think they'll give Carson Steele the bulk of the carries, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was to be completely reversed. It wouldn't surprise me because I think they want to get Kareem Hunt involved early and often, I believe.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I think all it's really going to take is for Kareem Hunt to get in there, make a big play, score a touchdown, something of that nature, to just kind of fall back into the old. I think, and then it's going to be kind of a comfort thing, like nostalgic kind of thing for Mahomes and everybody. Like, I think it could be a nice little spark to the offense.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to bring this up. I alluded to this earlier. I'll bring this up. Check this one out. I know it's kind of tough to read. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you guys.
I can read it.
Patrick Mahomes, 29,083 yards, my bad. 60th all time right now on the list. He's 60th all time. So here are the next 10 QBs he's going to pass, or he should pass before the season ends. Okay. So Jake Plummer, he needs 171 yards to pass Jake Plummer. He should do that tomorrow. He should pass him tomorrow. He needs 362 to pass Roman Gabriel. He could get that tomorrow if he has a big day, but I don't know. Did you know Mahomes is only averaging in his entire career, he only averages 225 yards per game. So we're going 225 right there to get these. But anyways, John Kitna at 57. It goes all the way down to Sonny Jurgensen at 48. And you'll notice Dak Prescott's at 54 and Goff's at 52.
He's going to pass these active guys up, man.
Right. So he won't pass these active guys. There ain't no way. There's no way.
It'd be funny if he did, though, right?
But he's not. That's never happened. But anyways, this was another one. So here's I put out the thing, and I went a 220 yards per game average, which is what he's done. That's what he's done this year. 659 yards through 3 games, 220 yards per average. So I actually done some work. He's going to pass Plummer in week 4. So this week he'll pass the Chargers, or against the Chargers, he'll pass Plummer. In week 5 versus the Saints, he should pass Gabriel. In week 8, he should pass Kitna when we play the Raiders. He'll pass Ferguson and Randall Cunningham in week 9 versus the Bucks. He passes Snead in week 12, McNair in week 15, Brody in week 16, and Brunell, he should get him in week 18. And then he's only 66 yards away from passing Sonny Jurgensen as well. So he's got to go 3,801 yards on the season to get all those. But here's what I found crazy. So people were asking me some questions here about whatever. I muted this dude. He was annoying. But anyway, this was the one that was
This is what happens to you guys.
Yeah.
if you're annoying.
This was wild, dude. It says if he plays 10 or more years after this year. Okay, so this is Mahomes. If he plays the rest of this year and then he plays for 10 more years, he is going to be 40 years old. He'll be right at 40. He would have to average 3,500 yards per season to get to number 5 at 68,000 yards. If he gets the 4,000 yards this year and then plays 10 more seasons at 4,000 yards, he'd be 39 and he'd have 73,000 yards. That's still 7,000 yards behind Brady or Breeze and 16,000.
That's wild to think about, isn't it?
Dude, this really opened my eyes up to how many passing yards Brady had.
Yeah. I mean,
I said
ridiculous.
It right here. It makes you really appreciate how good Tom Brady was for so long. He'd have to play. So this is Mahomes. Mahomes would have to play till he was 44 years old and have 4,000 yards per year minimum, and he would still be 214 yards behind Tom Brady.
That's pretty wild.
Is that one of the most craziest stats and things you've ever heard in your life?
It's pretty wild because
as good as Mahomes has been.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the way he came out and he's just breaking shattering records and just going ham, dude. It's like it's nuts that's the thing.
Do you think
it really is?
Nobody is going to play from the age of 30 to 44, 14 seasons in a row and average 4,000 yards a season? That ain't happening.
No, that's wild.
And you're still behind Brady. That is insane numbers by Tom Brady.
That is wild.
It's crazy, dude, to even think about.
Let's take a look at these likes, man. We're at 290. Give us 10 more. Let's give another poster away, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. Talk about the game. Get going. Get horned up for tomorrow, baby. We got to get a rest. So, hashtag poster too, by the way, because we're going to get to that 300. So make sure to do that. We're giving away one more or two more?
One.
Okay. So we're going to give away one more poster when we get to 300 likes. And don't forget, hashtag poster. That way you'll be eligible. But yeah, I guess all in all, just kind of in a nutshell, without getting too far in depth, Chiefs should win this game. They should win this game handily. Once again, should. I think it always comes back to this, man. I think it's the same thing every freaking week. And I've said it every week so far. Intensity. Please come out with some intensity and just put a team down. Put them away.
Yeah.
You're that's all you need. That's all you need. It's like you're that much better than all these damn teams you're playing. Just come out with a little fire under your butt and get it done. Execute. I think it's time. I think we're 4 weeks in. We're a month into the football season, which is crazy, by the way. But a month in, it's time to put a good win on the board. It's time to look like a good football team.
Yeah.
Which, and I don't want to say they don't look like a good football team, because good football teams, championship football teams, do what they've been doing, right? Finding a way to win, even when they're not playing well, or the games are ugly, they're scrappy, they still find a way to win. So you can't fault them for being 3-0, can you?
No, but you can say it's been ugly. It has been ugly.
It has been. We just don't want to be stressed, That's all we're asking.
Right. Mine's showing 299 likes. Look, I think it's probably close enough to 300, so let's give it away.
Somebody's going to hit
Shall we? Somebody hit that like button. We need one more. We're giving it away. We're giving it away right now. So let's go ahead. We'll pick 5 more names and one to grow on. That's how we'll do it. We'll go 6 here, and let's get it going. Let's roll it out. Hashtag poster.
Let's do it.
Lynn Congrats, Lynn. You're on the board. Who else do we got here? Roll it. Mr. Creative Beast.
Oh, the creative beast.
Creative Beast. Is that Mr. Beast?
I didn't know that his first name was Creative. You know,
HD Chief fan.
I thought it was
Kyle
Jimmy.
in the house, baby.
Kyle, what's up, my man?
He's in the house. I don't know why I spelled fan with 2 F's.
It doesn't.
You got a
matter.
big F for me
We
today,
know We know what it means.
Sorry, Kyle. Roll it. Charles Driver's on the board. Charles may or may not have won a poster already. I don't know.
It's hard to keep up, isn't it?
It is hard to keep up.
Yeah, when
Brian
you're out there-
Parrott.
Uh-oh.
Brian Parrott hit the board. Uh-oh.
We all know how this is going to turn out.
Brian
Parrott's going to be the
hit
first one
board.
off the wheel.
Uh-oh. Cincy Bengals Sacramento Kings fan.
Let's
Look
go.
at that.
Let's
Hey,
go.
we'll give to the Bengals.
Hey,
We'll give to the
he's a
Bengals.
good man. It doesn't matter. His perception's a little skewed. You know, and it's
No,
okay.
He gets on here. Thomas Villarreal. Thomas, baby. Let's go ahead and pick one more. Let's pick one more. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. About time. About time's on the board.
About time, baby.
About
Let's
time he
roll.
got picked. About time you're in Mississippi, man. Did you guys get hit hard down there or no? Let us know. Okay, let's pick one more just for fun. Cucumber Man. No way.
Watch now. The Cucumber Man's going to win. He's got the dub.
Okay. Let's go for it. Let me bring it up. Appreciate you guys, though, hitting hashtag poster. Somehow, if it was to get to 400, I'll give away another one, but I don't think it's going to happen. But here we go. Let's spin this bad boy up. We got 8 people on the board. Maybe 9, actually. I went wild today. I was just having fun picking. Uh-oh. Cincy King's off the board right off the rip. After all that talk. Somebody got really excited for it, too. Brian Parrott off the board.
Parrott.
This
man.
thing hates Brian Parrott. Like this wheel hates Brian Parrott. It absolutely despises Brian Parrott. Like I don't know what Brian Parrott ever done to this board, but you've wronged him in the past, Brian.
You did something.
About time. About time he didn't get picked. Here we go. We're down to 6, and we're down to 5 now because of Mr. Creative Beast. Oh my God, that's the closest I've ever seen.
That's pretty close.
Mr. Creative Beast off the
Lynn
board.
held on by a thread there.
Lynn holding on, ladies and gents. Holding on. Cucumber Man. This is the first time the extra Cucumber Man didn't win.
I didn't realize it was plural until just now. I thought you were saying Cucumber Man.
No.
There's multiple
Many.
Cucumber Men.
Many Cucumber Men. Charles Driver, he's off. So we're down to Lynn, HD Chiefs fan, Kyle, and Thomas. Kyle's already got one of these, so he may either get another one or he can pick somebody to give it to. Lynn off the board. Sorry, Lynn. It's between Thomas and Kyle here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You don't want to get picked. You do not want to get picked. Kyle off the board. Thomas is going to win it. Thomas Villarreal. Here we go, baby. Look at Thomas is
Congratulations,
up
Thomas.
here spinning
Make
around.
sure
Yep.
to email us, allcheapedup@gmail.com. Give us your shipping address.
Yeah,
And we'll
anybody
send
that
you
want a poster,
out.
do that. And yeah, for sure. Also, by the way, again, want to shout out BetUS. Props to BetUS. You can see me right here. I'm making some picks on the game tomorrow. I actually said the game will be under 40 points. I just don't know if the Chiefs is going to allow them to have enough points here. But hit YouTube 150 at betus.com. You on up to $2,000. They're going to match your deposit bonus and give you more. They're going to give you 150%, and then on your second, your third, they're going to give you 125%. So it's awesome. It's easy. It's a good site to navigate. YouTube 150 on betus.com. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you.
Do
So
it.
yeah, we appreciate you guys doing that. I think it's going to be 31. No, I said 27-17. So technically that goes over 40. So I may lose there. I may lose if that happens, but we'll see. I'll gladly take a loss if the Chiefs will get it together, though, Steve.
Yeah, for sure. Peter, thanks for the gas, my man. See, he sees the fun.
Let's go,
He's having a
Peter.
good time.
That's what's up, brother.
Yeah, let's do it, man. So one good prediction before we leave, Mike. Not just a score. We already did that.
You
in
give us a
game
good
ball.
prediction?
Just like one random thing that you want to go with. Like I'm gonna go with a 40+ yard touchdown pass to Xavier Worthy.
Okay.
Going with a bomb, baby. Going with a
I
bomb.
like it. I'll say all 3 levels of the defense will have a sack tomorrow.
Let's do it, baby. I'm good
We'll
with
get
that.
one from the safety position. We'll get one from the corner position. We'll get one from
Chris
the linebacker
Jones,
position and one from the defensive
Chris
line.
Jones, Jalen Watson.
I think either Drew or Leo will get home.
Leo. I'm going Leo, baby.
One of them will get home tomorrow.
Leo's going to line up on the edge and get him.
You need a safety to get there, too. I'm going to predict all four.
Okay.
I'm going to say...
Well, Shamari Connor technically playing in safety. He's even playing in corner.
I think he counts. He's a safety.
Yeah.
So if Connor or if Reed get home, baby, it could happen. If I get 3 out of 4, I think it's fine. Here's another one I was going to say, and I think this is pretty good too because he's been having a heck of a season so far. I think Turk Wharton gets another sack tomorrow.
Turk
he could get another sack.
Been playing very well. I will
Turk
say
is
that.
rated number one in football right now on pressures.
Dude, he's
that
one of those
actually
guys
count.
that get overlooked all the time, but he plays damn good. So
Yeah, he's right up there, man. He's
Shout
in the top
out.
5.
Turk Wharton, baby.
Turk Wharton, baby. But yep, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. We appreciate you guys being here, man. We held almost 1,000 all night. Appreciate you guys spending your Saturday night with us. If you're on Facebook, we appreciate it. X, we appreciate it. Of course, our peeps here on YouTube. If you want to be part of the ACU crew and you want all the perks, you want members only, you want stuff like that, sign up. $4.99. That's what it starts at. You can get there by
join.allchiefteup.com.
So do that for us. If you haven't, hit that like button on the way out. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, baby. We're trying to get to 50K, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it, Steve.
It's happening. It's happening. It's just a matter of time. But appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for us. And let's have some fun tomorrow. We'll see you after the game.
We'll see you.
There goes a sight from my soul.